Hello, this week we're going to revise some of the phonemes that hopefully you remember. We've already taught them to you. This is our first one. Can you remember what this one is? A, A, A. Can you remember the action? A for snail in the rain. Snail in the rain. What's the next one? What's this one? E, E, E. Can you remember the sign? What can you see? What can you see? So, A and E. Okay, next one. This one. I. And the action. Hold on tight. Ooh, fly high. Hold on tight to that kite. Fly high. And this last one. Most people remember this one. It's a funny one. It's O. O. And the action is goat in the boat. Goat in the boat. So those two were I and O. All together, can I hold them all? We had, if I can pick them all up. Here we go. I, O, A, and E. A, E, I, and O. Okay, we're going to revise those this week as we hopefully write our story about the train ride. So this week in our story, we're mostly thinking about a steam here comes our special friend. Aren't we? A train. A steam train. Lovely. And as we read the story, you will see up high in the sky, you'll see a beautiful kite, won't you? So there's our I. At the beginning of high, there would be a high. Up high in the sky, you will see, here comes C. What's going to be at the beginning of C? There's my E. Beginning of C, I'll have a S. In the story, you'll also see the tractor going down the bumpety track, which is the farmer's Ode. Here it comes. That dinosaur's derriere leading the way. Road. But, do you know what? Things are getting trickier now. Tricky. In this story, you might also see some of those sounds that we know spelt in a different way. So this week, as well as recognising A and E and I and O like this, we're also going to be looking at recognising them in a different way. If I pull back, can you see? These are called split digraphs. Now you don't have to learn them, but it would be lovely if you could recognise them. Up the top, we've got A, E, I, O, and U. And we're going to spell some words today that I think maybe you could use in your story. But what I really need you to do today is to have some help from somebody who's a bit more grown up, because these are very, very tricky. And they need to tell you which A or which E or which I or which O to use in your story. So if you're writing a word like train, it would be this word here, A, this phoneme, A, that you're used to, But if you were writing cake, one of my favourite words, something I would always need if I was going on a train journey, you'd need this split digraph. You see, they remind me of smiley faces. They look like the eyes, and then we've got a smile underneath. So it's not a straight line joining up these special friends. It's a smile, isn't it? So if I was going to write the word cake, I'd have curly K at the beginning. Cake, a, and then I'd have a kicking K here. And then my A is this split digraph here. You don't say the E, don't say the E. So we've got ache, ache, cake. If I saw lots of sheep in the fields, I might say, oh, look at these sheep, aren't they wonderful? So these is going to start with the sound. And then I've got my E, these, I've got my S, and there, you see, these. So what we really want you to do is just start recognising these. You don't have to use them all the time, but if you can, recognise them. If you saw them in your book and you thought, oh, that's a bit of a tricky word, I'm going to sound it out, and you looked at the word like cake and you went k-a-k-e, k-a-k-e. That's not a word, is it? K-a-k-e. But if you knew that that split digraph made that A sound, you would go k, ache, cake. Marvellous word to know. Like I, if we were on our train ride, oh, there's the phonemes there, you would need the R, I, D. Ride. It would be written just like that. If you put it around the other eye, it just wouldn't look right. Wouldn't look right at all. If it was like that, that would be wrong. Even though it would make the right sound, it would be a fake word. So we need it to be around the correct phoneme down here. The split digraph phoneme. So I'd ride. Then, okay, so this is O. That's an O. This is O. I hope will write me a lovely story. So O, P, O, P. There we go. O, P. And my last one, this is a U, and you might decide to write it. Let's see if you can write this out. Not just about a normal train, not about a steam train, but a, what do you think that says? If that says U, if that split digraph says U, T, U, B, T, U, B, tube, a tube train. Maybe you could write me a story about a tube train, an underground train. How exciting. Have fun and make sure that you ask somebody to help you, because this is tricky stuff.